Popsicle and Little Kitten's Choco-Chase Adventure. Hammy, a little popsicle, had a favorite snack, chocolate. He loved it so much that his friends thought he was a little crazy about chocolates. And you know what? They were right. One night, Hammy had the wildest dream. He imagined himself sitting in a bathtub filled with chocolate, floating and munching on chocolate treats. It was a dream as sweet as chocolate itself. But that wasn't all. Hammy's friend Stacy had some exciting news too. Her dad worked at a chocolate factory. Can you imagine how amazing that was? So Hammy and Stacy made a secret plan to visit the chocolate factory. Stacy, a small kitten who wore glasses because she loved reading, knew that the best time to sneak in was at night when the factory's night shift workers were there. When the moon was high and the stars were twinkling, Hammy and Stacy tiptoed out and crept into the factory. The sight of big machines made them a little nervous at first, but they braved through. They saw a sign that said Stage 1 and entered a gigantic room. The air was filled with the mouth-watering scent of chocolate. In that room, they found a massive pool filled with millions of cocoa beans. These beans were on a journey through a tunnel where a grinding machine turned them into tiny bits. While giggling, Hammy and Stacy started playfully tossing cocoa beans at each other. But guess what happened? Two large dogs trotted in. They were the quality controllers, making sure everything was just right. Quick thinkers that they were, Hammy and Stacy hid under a mountain of cocoa beans. They watched as the tunnel they were on started moving towards the grinder. "We are going towards the giant grinder," Hammy whispered, a bit frightened. Stacy, being brave, said, "Stay calm, we will jump when it's time." Just as they got closer to the grinder, the two dogs trotted away. Seizing the moment, Stacy grabbed Hammy's hand and they leaped off the moving tunnel. Hearts racing, they smelled like cocoa beans but were safe. They saw the door that read Stage 2 and entered. It was like a magical room with enormous tubs of chocolate being mixed by a giant blender. Without wasting a moment, the Hammies leaped into the tub of chocolate, splashing and swimming like a champ. Stacy, not to be left behind, joined the chocolatey pool party. Oh, what fun they had! But then they heard footsteps approaching. Oh, someone was coming. In a flash, they hopped out of the chocolate pool, looking like chocolate popsicles. As they dashed to the next room, a voice called out, "Who are you?" Turning around, they spotted a big duck wearing a badge that said, "Senior Supervisor." It was quite a surprise. Before Hammy could even speak, quick thinking Stacy grabbed his hand and yelled, "Run, Hammy, run!" And off they sprinted, the senior supervisor duck yelling at her worker ducks to chase them. Hammy and Stacy ran like the wind until they reached Hammy's home, safe and sound. Can you guess what they looked like? They were covered head to toe in melted chocolate. The next day, when Stacy's dad got home, he shared an interesting tale. Two mysterious visitors had sneaked into the factory, and they were completely covered in melted chocolate. Nobody could recognize them, and that's how Hammy and Stacy adventure turned into a funny and unforgettable memory. An adventure filled with chocolatey surprises and daring escapes that they would cherish forever. The end.